D16 was born a slave due to his social caste system. He was built to be a slave, drilling mines, etc., and so forth. But when he accidentally stumbled upon one place, and that place was a gladiatorial pits. He saw the Colosseum, big and grand. And he saw the fighters fighting, bah, oh, bah, bah, defending themselves. And it's like a new path has formed out of his brain. Now all of a sudden, he doesn't want to be a slave anymore. He wants to be a gladiator, like how he saw them fighting. And so he decided to walk to the very top, like the announcers or people that run it, essentially. And he decides he wants to sign up. And the good thing is, only slaves only fight. No middle class or high class, only slaves, since it is a very dangerous job. And he said, I want to do that. I want to become a gladiator. I want to be the best gladiator. He had this heart, this enthusiasm running. He can tell by the voice, and he seems so certain and confident. And so the people that runs it, he's like, okay, you're nameless, right? And he said D16. And the people that run it was even more shocked because slaves were born nameless, and he saw some potential in him. Since he had a name, he knew something was up with him. So they sign him off, sign him off, and then there he goes. New mission, new purpose. Just within a few days ago, I've been lost. And the reason why, because I essentially want to start a business. And even though I'm in the works of it, and even though I'm doing research and eventually going to take action, my original plan was to, right after I graduate, go to the military and 4 years and make the business as a side hustle. But then I reached out to a friend on iMessage, and since he makes like $3,000 a month with the same business, I wanted some advice from him, and he said running a business is going to take a lot of effort and stuff, and I essentially was very lost. Within 2-3 days, I was lost because I had this perfect plan right after I graduate till my 30s. This perfect plan, but something can change up. So I wasn't certain. And the first thing I did, and if you're in the same situation as me, do this same exact step. I want you to journal about your original purpose, your next mission, the next, write new ideas from it, and I'll show you a glimpse of mine. So this is what I journaled through, and look for the page because some of the stuff is personal. Okay, November, December, March, July. Okay, let me read this because I don't want any personal stuff. Okay, so here we go. So this was like 2 days ago, or a few days ago, July 31st, and this one was the next day because I essentially had to go to work, and essentially my purpose is lost, because my first plan was to go to the military after high school. But since I wanted to do a marketing agency, but I know it's going to take a lot of effort. And then I did some research. This was the next day. And I thought it out. It turns out I could still do the military part-time. And my current plan is to work on the agency full force and to learn animation, because I essentially am interested in and make like a fan-made self-improvement TV show, movie-ish, okay? And this is my original plan, right? See my bad handwriting. So first, right after I graduate, 4 years of military, right? After 4 years, or during the 4 years, do the agency as a side hustle. But then I realized it's going to take a lot of effort, and also do a lot of research. And I did research, and it turns out for the military part, it's going to be 6 months in deployment and 30 days of vacation. So I want to have time, so I kind of accepted, like, okay, I don't want to be like absorbing like anybody's knowledge, but I don't want to be delusional at the same time. And then afterwards, work on agency full-time and animation. My original plan for the military was go become a 75th Ranger Regiment. I want to be in Special Forces, so I picked Ranger Regiment because that's what I want to do. But then I did some research and a lot of stuff, and my current plan, and I'm going to be on a call with this guy named Leon on Idona School to see if it's like realistic or not. So I could be making like, how do you say it? Like a part 2 if it's delusional, I guess. And so this is my current plan. So work on agency right after I graduate, right? And obviously a part-time or full-time job. Pretty sure part-time, because full-time is going to take a lot of time. Put that money, put it in the agency, and afterwards military, part-time, which National Guard. And well, what I then realized is the National Guard, part-time military, it's going to be SF, Special Forces, Green Berets. And the thing is, I have to be 20 to like qualify or like be able to go into selection. So that's 17, 18, 19. That's 3 years. So 3 years I can be working on the agency full time and essentially make quite a bit of money, like 1, 2, 3K, which that can change my life, especially since I'm living with my parents right now and I'm going into senior year of high school. Help pay bills and pay for my own stuff and food and stuff, just help out. So military, Green Berets, the thing I research is the whole training, so like boot camp all the way to like you graduate and you like get the Green Beret thing hat, it's gonna be over a year of training. So I was like, oh my god, I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure. And the thing is, then I realized 3 years of agency work and like friends too, I could just hire someone to do the work for me, like cold calling, because that's how you get like clients and stuff like that. I can just like reach out to my friend, give my friend money, and then either he can like cold call or like hire someone else to do the cold call and then get the profit, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm like doing training and all that. And then part-time, I mean, it's part-time. I'm not going to get paid much, but that's really not the point. The point is to have more freedom, and which is true. I'll get freedom, and then during the 3 years, work on the whole animation thing, which it will be shown on this channel eventually. But this is an actionable step for you. Is if you're feeling lost, you're not unsure, the first thing I would do is look deep within yourself. Find what you're interested in. Find what is your current purpose layer. Like for me currently, my current purpose layer is to be free from like my sexual desires, if that makes sense. And what I mean is not having like any sexual things because it's part of a human, but like being free from the thoughts, just being mindful of yourself. That's what my current purpose. And essentially my original was after that go to the military, but since that switched up, became the agency work, I got a lot more free time. I got like training, so like it can help me prepare for selection, just practicing and working on things and making potential, and especially make this channel grow. But do some research too, because you don't want to like, oh, I'm gonna become a Navy SEAL, right? I can do Navy SEAL stuff while I'm a full-on CEO of Google. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. That's very unrealistic. So find what you're interested. It can be like go back to your past and find things in your childhood, like just whatever. Like say you like art, okay? You like drawing, painting, and stuff like that. Find something, and you look, and you're so certain to like you want to do that. Now do research. Like make a business out of art. Like do research, like good amount of research, and then it will kind of help you along the way. Because I mean, it depends on what a lot of people preach on self-improvement is take action all the way. Like don't do no research, just take action. And I kind of agree in a certain extent. It depends on what you're doing. Now if it's something like, I don't know, medical, you want to become like a doctor, lawyer, do research, college, just whatever. But it depends. Like with business stuff, a lot of self-improvement content creators tell you to start your business right now. Start it right now. But if you start it, you're gonna be lost. You're really gonna be lost. You don't know what to do. You need to do quite a bit of research before you start. Find the exact business model, the market you want to target, what you want to sell, pain and desire, all that stuff. And that's what I did. I did research on the military, the Green Berets, because that's something not necessarily something, but I've always wanted to be like in special forces, like any special forces, as long as it's special forces. For me in particular, it's gonna be hard. Hell yeah, it is. What do you think? Think it's gonna be a walk in the park? No. A lot of people bigger than me, more jacked, are gonna quit. It's all about right here. If you don't have a good mind, you can't do work. So find your purpose. There's layers. Journal about it. Find something you're particular interest in, like kind of follow your passion-ish. Follow. Journal. So again, think about it. What you're particularly interested. Say you like farming or horses. I'm gonna repeat this again in case it's not like stuck in your mind. Farming. How do you call it? Like rodeo stuff. Okay? And you have that visualization for a long time. Right? You imagine yourself, like you're so certain within yourself. I'm gonna be this guy. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna impact the world in a certain way. Okay? Step 2, research. Find like qualifications, find like things you need to do before you do all that stuff, because not everybody's fit for business, right? And this is not just like, oh, promoting business and stuff like that. It's for people to find what they're genuinely passionate with. You can make like a business about medical stuff, or you can just be a doctor. Still, two things that's still hard. You gotta get that medical license and have like experience in the field to eventually do the business, or you just want to work at a hospital, basically. And so when you do the research, like find, okay, so I need a certain amount of years of experience, okay, I need to go to trade school, I need this amount of years of college, or just whatever. Okay, step 2, journal about it. Because if it's just everywhere in your mind, the way to like untangle it and put it in order, journal it. Journal about your personal thoughts, things that you about your purpose. And you're gonna find you have an answer. Because the other day I was on call with, or not, a group call with one of the Find Your Purpose teachers. And I was about to go, but at the last minute I just raised my hand down, because I finally heard other people having very similar problems. And I was like, okay, now I'm so certain. So, this is a great way to find your purpose. Hold on. And etc. and so forth. I'm going to end the video right now, so embrace the discomfort, especially when you don't feel like it.